Welcome to Casense.
Imagine you're running late and you realize you've misplaced your keys. To be absolutely certain you find them, you could start at the front door and systematically search every single corner of your home, from the attic insulation to the back of the pantry. But you don't do that. You make an educated guess. You remember you were wearing your jacket last night, so you go straight to the hallway and check your coat. When we face a big problem at work, we often abandon this common sense. Instead of making a guess, we try to gather every possible data point and read every report before we even decide what we're looking for. We get buried in the details before we even have a plan. High-level strategists avoid this by using the Day-1 hypothesis. It's a way to bring that coat pocket logic to complex projects, allowing you to move much faster when you're on a tight deadline. The process is a tight loop. On the very first day, you state your best guess answer. Then, you figure out how to test it, gather only the evidence needed for that test, and then either keep the answer or change it. Starting with a proposed answer, rather than waiting for one to emerge, keeps your work focused. You aren't just looking at data, you're looking for proof. Let's see how this works for a skincare company called Glowbar. They face a serious problem. Customers who used to buy from them regularly are suddenly stopping. The team could look at dozens of things: the website code, the recent price changes, or the ingredient quality, but they only have 1 week to find an answer. They start with step 1. Based on a few early customer reviews and some quick conversations with the support team, they form their first guess. They don't just say shipping is bad. They write a specific, testable statement. Repeat orders are falling because delivery takes over 7 days. Next, step 2. To test this, they ask, do slow delivery customers reorder less than fast ones? That one question acts as a filter. It tells the team exactly which data to pull and, more importantly, which data to ignore. In step 3, they gather the evidence. They focus only on the specific analysis that will answer their exact question. They don't spend time looking at website traffic or social media comments. Those things might be interesting, but they won't answer their specific question about delivery speeds. This chart shows what they found. Customers with fast deliveries, under 3 days, reordered 42% of the time. But for those waiting over a week, that number dropped to 19%. The evidence supports their guess. Instead of spending a month studying everything, they immediately focus on fixing warehouse issues. But if delivery speed didn't matter, they wouldn't fail. They'd simply loop back, drop that guess, and test a new one, like pricing. When you find out that a guess is wrong early, you've saved yourself weeks of searching in the wrong direction. You can pivot to the real answer immediately. This framework is built for speed, but you have to know when to use it. Apply it in the wrong setting, and you could lead your team toward a false conclusion. It is most effective when you have a mountain of data to sift through and a short window of time to make a strategic choice. This shows where the framework is a poor fit. You shouldn't use it for high-stakes safety checks where every single detail must be confirmed, or for open-ended exploration where any early guess would bias your results. The biggest risk isn't having a hypothesis, it's falling in love with it. If you ignore contradicting data just to prove yourself right, the entire system breaks down. You also have to avoid being vague. A hypothesis you can't actually test with numbers isn't helpful, and skipping the loop means you'll never correct a wrong guess. Treat your hypothesis as a draft, not a verdict. You must be willing to cross it out the moment the evidence points somewhere else. By combining a fast start with the honesty to change your mind, you can cut through massive amounts of information and find what actually matters in days rather than months.